Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be attempting my first little mini tutorial thingy. I've recorded this 5 times, so hopefully this time goes better. So I decided I would kind of explain my process of choosing skin tones and skin colors and just kind of my thought process during that. So I'm going to be using this drawing I've did this morning, basically, of Hongbin from Vix. So first I'm just going to explain that normally when I do color skin tones, I like to use unnatural colors. That's just kind of how I work with skin tones. So if you see me using weird colors, that's why. That's just how I do it, and hopefully maybe this will help you when you're selecting your own skin colors. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so the reference photo is right here. Of course, I reference that when I am choosing my skin tones, but I don't want the exact colors of the photo, just I like to put my own style on it, I guess. So yeah, but anyways, so I'm just going to zoom into the face because normally that's where I choose my main skin tones. So first I'm just going to explain when I'm looking at this photo what my thought process is, I guess. So if you look right over here, down here, and across highlighted his face is a pink orange tone that's being reflected from this light. And then right in here, you can kind of see just in general that all of his skin is gray to green. It's like gray, green, and blue. I mean, at least that's what I'm picking up. So right here is almost a dark green purple, or at least that's what I would use for that. And if you, when I'm looking at this photo, I notice right around here and up in here and right over here is a strong light green color. Also with that pink I mentioned earlier, it goes down here and more orange. So right along here is an orange peach color. Here's some pinks up in there, and right down here just it could either be, I would either use a dark green or just a black gray color. Also, right bad at explaining. Right in here, you can really see that green blue color stand out, and up over here. So this is just me kind of explaining when I'm seeing this picture, what is going through my head before I actually start choosing some colors. So as I mentioned before, his just overall skin tone from this photo is kind of gray and green. So first, when I'm selecting skin tones, I choose a base, and since the underlay of his skin in this photo is very gray, I'm literally just gonna drag all the way over and choose a gray color. I'm always going to choose a lighter color to put dark shades on top. It's easier that way than going dark and putting light on top, just in my opinion. So I'm just going to test this. Yep, and that is right. So I'm just going to pop this right over here. And if you don't know how to do this inside, it's just right click, or the button on your tablet pen thingy, and set it right there. So now I'm going to focus on this peach pink color that's being reflected from that light. I'm just going to drag over to these tones. And right now I'm not really referencing the photo for these colors. It's more of what I want for the overall photo. That's usually what I'm thinking when I'm going through these colors. If you see, because I was just looking at these lighter shades up top, but then I noticed that it's an actual shadow on his skin in the photo, so I'm going to drag it down more towards the black side, I guess, just to make sure it comes across as a shadow in the photo and not a highlight. So there's that tone, and now I'm gonna go for a peach color. And normally when I'd be drawing, I would overlay this peach color on top of some of the unnatural tones to make them blend in better. So let me just see. So I'm just gonna pop this one right over here. It's kind of like a neutralizer, I guess, for me. But now I'm gonna try to grab that other orange tone that's kind of up in here and a little bit down in here, like right there. So I'm going to pop that there. And now I'm going to try to focus on the greens and blues in his face. So right now I'm looking more towards this shadow right here. And it's kind of the same tone as this down in here in his neck. So I'm going to go towards green. I'm actually going to go towards green and blue side because his skin has more blue in it than it does yellow. And I'm going to look at some colors. I don't want that. I don't want a forest green, more blue. And just like I said before, I'm not really referencing the photo for these colors. More of just what I want for the overall feel. Ooh, okay, I like that. So again, like I said, it's very grayscale, his skin, with that pop of pink from the reflections. So when I'm selecting these unnatural colors, I'm also going to be thinking about that and kind of grayscaling them, but they're still shades of colors. I don't know how to explain that. I hope that made sense. Now I'm going to be looking at his neck because there's these really dark shades down here. So I'm actually going to go more towards green for these. Not that green. Just drag that green we had already selected to just make a darker tone. Another slight color that's in there is some blue, but I'm not going to select that because I'm not exactly going to know until I start drawing if I want to add in that blue. So now if you look right over here by his nose, up here, and a little bit over here in the highlighted areas, I need a lighter tone. So I'm going to start out with the base that I previously selected. Go more towards the warm colors. Because I do, obviously, all of these right here are kind of my unnatural skin colors that I've selected for this piece. Usually I do choose 2 excluding reds. So green, orange, and probably some blue are going to be, and the pinks are going to be the unnatural colors in this one. So there is another actual skin tone. So right here I have the unnatural one separated from the more natural skin tones. And when I highlight, I usually just use white, so I'm not going to select that. I'm just going to check over see his hand, because if I did select the colors correctly in my mind for some reason, it makes more sense to me if I'm like, oh, okay, so now these colors can transfer over to the hands. I kind of know that they worked well, I guess. There's definitely a lot more green in his hand. So if I look at this hand right here, this finger, I see this orange shade that was the same shade that's right here and right over here. So that orange transfers over to kind of the middle of this finger, and also that green color. I'm just going to show an example. So I see this green color in his finger that it kind of is just a shadow that goes up and down his finger. But then again, you can see this orange tone that I previously selected. It's kind of the tip of his finger, and almost just straight down, just blended out into his finger. And then that light tone, and then the darker tone is right shadowed back on the back of his finger. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, oops. Is shadowed right back his finger, right towards there. And like I said earlier, I usually have this kind of neutral that's more on the skin tone side. And I would take the base color and kind of blend this all together. And this is just like a rough example. I was just trying to explain how I see these colors, but so there we go. That is kind of like the general skin tone that I would be going for in this piece. This is it's not a good example. I'm not going to keep that, but I'm just saying that was kind of how I would look over here and select these colors that I have selected. And another thought process that was going through my mind is, obviously in the picture he has these snakes, and I'm thinking about putting a snake on its head, so really wanted to focus on those green skin tones. And obviously if you look at what I did over here, the oranges and the greens and the skin tones kind of mashed together to make a grayscale, which is what I had originally said his skin is kind of in this photo. So I hope some of that made a little bit of sense. I'm going to be making a speed paint for this drawing, so if you go from this video to that video, hopefully it'll help you some more when you actually have a visual. But that's just how I select colors for my skin tones, and just kind of the thought process that I go through when doing so. So I hope this helped a little bit. Yeah, I like this picture of him. Hopefully I can do it justice. Even though it doesn't even look like him. It looks like V. But oh well, I'll figure it out. Okay. Have a good day, I guess. Bye.